On November 18, 2024, former Governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, stood before a gathering in Abuja and accused Ndigbo of engaging in what he called politics of hatred. These provocative statements made during a memorial event for the late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah's son's residence has reverberated across Igbo communities worldwide, sparking outrage and condemnation. Many have found these remarks to be not only false and unjustified, but also deeply insulting to the collective, political, and cultural identity of Ndigbo. Okorocha's statement demands a critical examination. Is his accusation an honest critique of the political dynamics of the Southeast, or does it reflect an attempt to deflect attention from his own legacy of alleged corruption, nepotism, and betrayal of Igbo interests? Furthermore, what does this episode reveal about the broader challenges facing Ndigbo in the Nigerian political space? To understand the gravity of Rochas Okorocha's comment, one must first interrogate what he meant by politics of hatred. Was he suggesting that Ndigbo harbor animosity towards other ethnic groups in Nigeria? Was he implying that the Igbo's political choices are driven by resentment or exclusionary motives? A closer look at historical and contemporary Igbo political behavior reveals a pattern of inclusivity, pragmatism, and a commitment to nation building, not hatred. Since Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999, the Igbos have consistently supported candidates from diverse ethnic and regional backgrounds. In 1999, Ndigbo overwhelmingly backed President Olusegun Obasanjo, a Yoruba man, despite the Southeast producing competent candidates. In 2007, Ndigbo supported the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua from Katsina in the north. In 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan, a South-South candidate, received strong backing from the Southeast. These instances reflected deliberate efforts by Ndigbo to support leaders who could foster national unity and address Nigeria's myriad of challenges. Where then is the evidence of hatred in these actions? Okorocha's assertion not only lacks factual basis, but also disregards the historical record of Igbo contributions to Nigeria's democratic process. Okorocha's tenure as Governor of Imo State between 2011 to 2019 offers a stark contrast to the values of inclusivity and integrity that Igbos have historically championed. His administration was plagued by allegations of corruption, nepotism, and authoritarianism. These allegations, coupled with his political maneuvers, have left many questioning his moral authority to critique Igbo's political character. In 2019, Okorocha's attempt to impose his son-in-law Uche Nwosu as his successor in the Imo State governorship race was widely condemned as an affront to democratic principles. This move was seen as a part of a broader pattern of nepotism that characterized his administration. Rather than allowing the people of Imo State to freely choose their leader, Okorocha sought to entrench his family's dominance in the state's political space. Okorocha's tenure was also marked by numerous accusations of financial impropriety. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission accused Okorocha of embezzling billions of naira from the state's treasury. In 2022, the EFCC dramatically raided his Abuja residence, alleging that he had enriched himself at the expense of the people he was elected to serve. Okorocha also allegedly expropriated vast tracts of land in Imo State, which were distributed among his family members and cronies. These actions have left a lasting legacy of distrust and anger among Imo citizens. Reports also indicate that Okorocha used state funds to establish Rochas Foundation College, which he later privatized. This institution, built with public resources, became a personal asset, further highlighting the bloodlines between his private interests and public duties. Perhaps one of the most damning aspects of Okorocha's political record is his role in the militarization of the Southeast during the Buhari administration. In 2017, he was among the Southeast governors who supported Operation Python Dance, a military operation aimed at quelling the activities of the indigenous people of Biafra. This operation resulted in the deaths of numerous Igbo youths, the imprisonment of many others, and the widespread human rights abuses. For someone who once sanctioned the suppression of Igbo self-determination efforts, Okorocha's recent calls for Nnamdi Kanu's release appear disingenuous. Many view this as a shift from what he so believed in the past. Contrary to Okorocha's claims, Ndigbos have a long-standing tradition of political inclusivity and unity. Historically, the Southeast has been a bedrock of Republican ideals, prioritizing equity and meritocracy over nepotism and sectionalism. The Igbo's political choices have often reflected a commitment to national cohesion rather than ethnic parochialism. Ndigbo have made significant contributions to Nigeria's political, economic, and cultural development. Their entrepreneurial spirit and intellectual prowess have driven economic growth and innovation across the country. Despite facing systemic marginalization since the end of the Civil War, Ndigbo have continued to advocate for a united Nigeria where every citizen can thrive. The politics of Ndigbo is one of survival, resilience, and a quest for justice. It is rooted in a desire for equity and fairness, not hatred. If Okorocha's accusation are to hold water, he must present concrete evidence for such claims. Without such evidence, his remarks amount to a baseless attack on the interests of the Igbo people. At a time when Nigeria is grappling with ethnic tensions and calls for greater inclusivity, such rhetoric risks excavating divisions and undermining efforts to build a cohesive national identity. This episode serves as a reminder of the need for responsible leadership. Leaders like Okorocha must rise above personal grievances and political vendettas to prioritize the collective good of their people. Ndigbo deserve leaders who will champion their cause with integrity and vision, not those who denigrate their values for personal gain. The leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide has a responsibility to address Rochas Okorocha's divisive comments. Such statements left unchecked risk perpetuating harmful stereotypes and undermining the collective efforts of the Igbo in nation building. It is imperative, however, that Ohanaeze demands a public retraction and apology from Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha's comments about Ndigbo playing a politics of hatred are not only unfounded but also deeply hypocritical. They reflect a pattern of opportunism and a refusal to take responsibility for his actions as former governor and political leader. If anyone is guilty of promoting division, it is Okorocha himself, whose governance and post-tenure actions have left a trail of controversy. Ndigbo have historically played a central role in fostering unity and progress in Nigeria. Their political choices reflect a commitment to egalitarianism and national development, not hatred. It is high time for leaders like Okorocha to recognize this reality and focus on addressing the real challenges facing the Southeast. Let this serve as a reminder that the policies of hatred has no place in Igbo, and that accountability, justice, and unity remain the cornerstone of Igbo's identity. As a people, Ndigbo must continue to advocate for a Nigeria where every citizen, regardless of ethnicity or region, can achieve their full potential. Leaders who fail to uphold these values will find themselves on the wrong side of history. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Emmanuel.
As we round up this night of tribute, let it be known to all men that life is an inexplicable pattern of mystery, where no man knows when he was born and when he will die. And this notorious fact is deeply rooted in the fact that every man is created by God with his works, and the talent are the guides. For no man can grow above or beyond his destiny. For every man's destiny has a relationship with God. So let it be with Ifeanyi Ubah. Let it be with the Nnewi-born politician. Let it be with our brother. Let it be with the great philanthropist, the great leader, the motivator. Let it be the lover of mankind and citizen of humanity. May his soul rest in peace. And to you, the Ubahs, madam, and your lovely children particularly, I have not died before, and I don't intend to die soon. But let me say something, that I do know that the Ikemba Ojukus, the Kwemes, and these great leaders of note who have left us, since the spirit never dies, I'm sure, they're having meetings somewhere. And I can only imagine what kind of meeting is saying. And their meeting is Ndigbo. And Ndigbo, hear me, what is the likely thing these leaders are discussing now, including the youngest of them all, Ifeanyi Ubah. The question they're asking, Igbos, why do you play the politics of hate? Why do you hate one another? Ojukwu recalled his quarrels with Ekweme, and now they say it is vanity. Iwanyan recalled his quarrels with Enwerem, now they are in one place. And so, they are asking Igbos, may you embrace peace. Another thing that happened that is common with these great men is that before the death of Iwanyanwu made a plea to Federal Republic of Nigeria. SDF went to Villa and begged Nigerian nation. Ifeanyi Ubah made a statement in the same line. I want to say to you, my brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Senate President, convey this one message on behalf of these Igbos who are seated, that the best way to honor this great young man is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So that the Igbos can go home and reorganize their place. And I know you, Senator Babio, that even if you don't want to do it, send this message. For the sake of your wife, who is our daughter, send this message and get us a result. Or else, your wife is not too far from taking back home. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we are particularly happy that you are always coming to associate yourself with things like this. Nigeria still remains very grateful. Thank you, and God bless all of you. My people, my people.